Yo, and welcome to this Guild Wars 2 video. So, it's been a while since I've had a video out. I've been thinking of different ideas of what I could actually do. And now that we've actually played all of the new elite specs coming in End of Dragons, I kind of thought it might be fun to rank them. I won't lie, I got a big inspiration to do this because Caffeinated Dad also did his own personal list, and it inspired me to do my own. So, I want to say special shout out to him. He's awesome. I will have a link to his channel down below. He's another Guild Wars 2 creator. He's great, he's funny, and he's been pumping out a whole bunch of content lately. He's great, so show him some love. But yeah, I figured I would just rank them. But now, the way I'm going to rank them is similar to how he did it, where it's just based on the theme. Like, to me, I don't know all the mechanics. I'm not a master of this game by any stretch. And I'm not going to act like I know what I'm talking about. But I have opinions on what I think is cool and the way things play and the style of things. And that's what I care about most personally, is I just care about the role-playing part of this game. I like to feel a class fantasy and feel cool. That's what matters to me. So, I figured my ranking will be not based on, actual damage or utility or any of that. Purely just based on what I find cool and the orders of which are like, these are cool specs to me. So that's the plan. So without any further ado, let's get started with the very first. We're going to start down and count our way up. So from my least favorite to my most favorite. Alright, so let's do this.
Catalysts have revitalized ancient techniques for channeling elemental forces, with a few modern improvements. They use jade tech spheres to create concentrated wells of immense power. Using their augment abilities within range of the spheres enhances their effects. With the weight of Tyria's fundamental magics behind every blow from their hammers, these elementalists are a steady presence in melee combat.
Catalyst. I don't know, I don't really feel anything for this elite spec. Elementalist with a hammer? I was more in the camp of Elementalist with like a bow. Because I feel like they just, I don't know. They had a melee weapon last time, and they just, I don't know. I feel like a bow would have been cooler personally. And the orb things that they use, like, I don't know. Nothing about this really got me. I don't really care for how it plays mechanically, although that's not relevant to this conversation. But I also don't really just, I don't know, the fantasy isn't much. It just seems like Elementalist Plus, or just like Elementalist with different way to use their, I don't know, it doesn't, something about it's not that amazing to me, so it's at the lowest tier. I just could not, I really just could not care less.
Some necromancers have always been separated from corruption by a thin edge, absorbing life energy to fuel their magic. But a Harbinger's methods are even more volatile. These skilled alchemists have developed elixirs to inflict blight on themselves, converting their own pain into power. In Harbinger Shroud, they gain devastating abilities while suffering from blight. A Harbinger makes no clean kills, wielding a pistol to devastate their enemies with noxious, corrosive bullets.
The Harbinger. I love the name, but something about this elite spec doesn't fully do it for me. I would have, if you're gonna go this whole elixir route, I would have gone with maybe the Plague Doctor, or if we're gonna go pistols, I've always liked the idea of like a gunslinger of some sort. A witcher. A witch hunter? I'd even accept that. That would work. I don't know. The combination of the two ideas that are in this work on their own, but I don't really dig them together, I guess. The idea of also hurting yourself to do more damage is always like a wise idea, but never a playstyle I personally like. So Meh,
But a
it's
Harbinger's
okay.
methods
It's more interesting, appealing looking to me at least than the Catalyst, but
have developed
not by much.
elixirs to inflict blight on themselves, converting their own. All thieves know the advantages of hiding in the shadows, but specters know how to wield them. They are masters of shadow magic, using their scepters to direct dark forces in debilitating enemies. In Shadow Shroud, specters can tether themselves to allies, granting them a protective shadow barrier.
Ah, Spectre. Now this one's pretty cool. You're basically what, like a Shadowmancer? And I kind of like that. Kind of not huge on the fact that it's support. I like that it's like an aggressive sort of support, like using the shadows to heal, which is kind of unique. ArenaNet always likes to do like unique spins on things, so I can respect that. But I personally am not super into it. The shadow stuff is cool. The purpley aura stuff's not bad, but I don't know. It's okay. It's neat. I like the way it plays, and I think it might be good and helpful for the game. But as for itself, it's okay. It's cool. I like shadow. I like, you know, controlling the shadows and using shadow magic to do different things. I think is unique.
The Kurzix and Luxons were bitter enemies, but their greatest champions, Saint Victor and Archimedes, united to help slay 𝙍𝘼𝙉𝙉𝙆𝙄 the Betrayer at the cost of their own lives. Vindicators call upon the strength of their legendary alliance, channeling both heroes' skills to devastate their enemies and protect their allies. They use greatswords to deliver massive attacks and crush foes by leaping straight into battle instead of dodging.
Vindicator. Vindicator's pretty cool. Finally, Revenant has a great sword. That's an excellent thing. I think that's great. I love the idea of channeling two spirits instead of one. I'm also a big Guild Wars 1 guy. I love Guild Wars factions. I'm currently in the middle of a Let's Play of it. And this fan service here is wonderful. It's great. It's cool. I really do also like the big, super cool Superman superhero jump smash. Like, that's awesome. It's pretty cool. This is, I like the Vindicator. I think it looks sweet. Yeah, I haven't really cared about the Revenant up until now, but now I might actually really try to see how it is and how it plays and actually roll one, because it's looking pretty cool.
The Virtuoso sharpens the power of their mind into deadly psionic blades. Unlike traditional mesmer illusions, they wield these directly as magic projectiles. They deftly manipulate, deploy, and restore their summoned blades throughout a battle, staggering their enemies with conditions and control, while inflicting very real cuts. If a Virtuoso ever finds their stock of magic blades running low, they can always count on the solid forged dagger in their hand.
Oh, Virtuoso. The first Elite Spec we actually ever got any information on at all. That started the whole hype train. I like it. I like it a lot. I think sending out psychic blades like that and sending a whole wave of them is super cool. I love the idea of like these floating blades and you just point at them and they fly out and attack. I think it's super cool. It might seem pretty basic. The attacks seem pretty standard. You know, big laser beam, throw attack, AoE, drop down, spike death. But there's just something about it I really like. Yeah, I wish they weren't purple daggers. I'm not huge on the color purple. I understand that's the whole mesmer shtick. But the idea of creating these psychic blades that exist and you fling them at people and stuff, like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. The only thing is, in the actual game, it has a lot of songs, like their song blades and stuff. The theming is a little muddy there. But overall, I love it. I think it's super badass. Shooting mind daggers at people. That's just cool to me, man. I'm definitely going to have a mesmer alt making Virtuoso. It looks fun.
Ancient forces of nature dwell within Ecovald, and the untamed have learned to channel them through the bond they share with their pets. Their earth-shaking hammer blows keep enemies dazed and off balance, while their pets' attacks are bolstered by raw primal energy. The power of nature flows back and forth between the untamed and their animal companion, empowering their killing blows.
Okay, the Untamed. Now if you've watched any of my videos or know anything about me, you know that I play Ranger main. I also play Guild Wars 1, and back then, they had a build called the Bunny Thumper, which was a ranger with a hammer knocking people down and then the pet doing damage, and I was a big advocate for that. You might even know that Ranger Hammer was the thing I actually wanted, so in that sense I'm very pleased. I'm glad on a lot of this. Like, I love the idea of this ancient power that goes back and forth between your pet, and I love the idea of using the hammer to knock things down and paying tribute to Guild Wars 1. Like, I love all that. That's all fantastic. It's high up on the list for a reason. I think it's really cool. But how do I feel about it in practice? Like, in actual gameplay and how it actually panned out? Well, execution aside, I really do love the lore implications and everything that it stands for. It's a great idea. I hope it gets polished and touched up before actual release, because right now it's looking like I'm just gonna roll Soul Beast. But I still love the idea of it, and the theme of it is still really cool. Well, we'll see what the future holds.
No one makes friends like a mechanist. With the power and beauty of Jade Tech, they never fight alone. They summon a customized Jade Tech battle mech to fight alongside in combat, calling the shots with powerful mech command skills and mace attacks. Whether it's melee, ranged, or group support, adapt to any situation by choosing the traits that best suit your situation. This engineer mech is truly the all-purpose multi-tool of any Guild Wars 2 squad.
Yes, the Themechanist. Who doesn't like mechs? The Themechanist was easily the show stealer. This whole presentation, like all the elite specs, this is the best. This is like the best one. It got the most love. It got the most. It was just cool. It's the biggest one. I think it made the biggest hype. It really made people want to be engineers. If you played during the beta, you would see that all of Lion's Arch was just a bunch of different Jade mechs all over the place. It was pretty cool. I think it's really neat. I like mechs. I think that's cool. I mean, I play the Ranger class. I'm used to having a pet around anyway. But why have an animal when you have a cool Jade Tech mech? That's just so cool. Pity you can't go in it, but that's fine. The way everything else about it is pretty dope. It's cool that you can customize it with traits and it actually will alter how it looks. That's super cool. I think this is awesome. I look forward to seeing it out and about. And yeah, I can see why engineers are hyped. It's pretty damn cool. Real quick before we get to the last two, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're enjoying the video and you like what I've been doing, please leave a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And comment below on what your list would be. What was your favorite elite spec? Are you happy with yours? Is another one caught your eye that you're really interested in? Let me know down below. Alright, let's get back to that list.
Willbenders protect the Canthan throne with unflinching loyalty. They have no time to play at war. If a threat emerges, they'll strike it down before it has time to react. They take the fight to their targets, using rapid movement skills to navigate the battlefield. A Willbender's blade work is unmatched, and wielding a sword in their offhand gives them extra opportunities for ruthless cuts.
Yeah, the Willbender. They're so cool. I love two swords. Running around super fast. Zip, bam, boom, bop, zipping around. Cutting people up with a whole bunch of strikes super fast. Or double like, X cross slash. And then doing like cool friggin' Beyblade. Let it rip in the air. Dude, it's just so cool. I love it. It's just awesome. I can't. It does it for me. I like the idea of just being super quick and going and just cutting down foes and zapping around like you can't be touched. You're just so fast. I think it's just really cool. And it has like these martial arts moves, and it just beats the shit out of you. Just like 5-finger death punch, bam, dead. I don't know. I love it. It looked really cool. I know it was kind of underwhelming when it was actually there, but I feel like the core parts of it are there, and with a little tweaking, it could be awesome. I think it's super cool. I'm hyped as hell for it. I've been leveling up and getting my Guardian ready for it because I think it's super cool. So that's just my thing, but yeah, dude. Willbender.
Advances in Canthan technology have yielded a fusion of firearm and longsword. The gun saber. Only a dedicated, highly trained warrior can handle such a volatile weapon. Gun saber attacks enhance the Bladesworn's flow, allowing them to use their meditative dragon trigger. In this state of calm and concentration, they can load their gun saber with magically imbued cartridges that power up their attacks. With their gun saber sheathed, they wield offhand pistols to maintain their flow.
So, I'm what's known in the business as otaku weeb trash, and I love this. The gunblade is super cool. I love the like meditative samurai style mega death, tons of big damage. It is so cool. It is so cool. Yeah, you get pistol offhand for warrior. Did you even catch that? It's like 0.5 seconds long because nobody cares about that because you have a gun saber. How badass is that? I think it's just super cool. It's super anime, and as you can guess, I love that. And I think it's just the coolest. I think it's hype as hell. And Warrior's already my main like alt character that I use, so I can't wait to go through it with him and play with it. I think it's fun. It's super cool. I like that. Like, I know it's a little jank right now, but I feel like with a little work again, it's just gonna be super cool. It's just badass. I mean, come on, it's badass. You close your eyes, man. Cut through everything, and everything's just dead. And pew, pew, pew. Oh man, it's just so cool. Okay, I'm done gushing. I just think it's super badass. What can I say? And that's the rankings. Thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for the comments, the likes, and the subscribes. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see you guys in Cantha soon enough. Till then, stay super.